How hard is it to get caught up in the streets? So check this out. I had somebody ask me that question but it might have been like a month ago, something like that, right? And check me out. How hard is it to get caught up in the streets? I got a thousand examples of that. But let me just tell you how easy it is and how clowned out that this really is. You know what I'm saying? Like it is, man. Like, we talk a lot about how people get, caught up in the streets because, maybe they just didn't have their dad around, right? Now, granted, that's definitely one piece a lot of the times. A lot of the times that's one piece of it where, you know what I mean, you don't have a father figure, so you're missing a vital piece in the household. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would say only half of the people that I know that was running around and maneuvering through the streets and got caught up in that lifestyle, only about half of them had that same story. Here's the reality of it, man. The household is one essential part of your upbringing. The other part is what you see when you go outside. If you watch videos of, like OG, like in the war initiatives in like LA or Chicago, where they interview OGs and find out, kind of how they started in the gang world, and they basically end up talking about, what they're trying to do to fix it. I'm more interested in fixing, but their stories are interesting. And basically what you'll find is that there's a mom and a dad in the house. You know what I'm saying? The piece that got a lot of them is their neighborhood turned into a gang neighborhood, right? And what ended up happening was the environment changed, and it changed to one of those environments where it was like, you are where you're from. That's you. That's who you are. You got a name, who your actual name, okay. But I don't care nothing about who your people are, nothing like that. Where you're from is everything. And also, your ability to protect yourself and what you'll do if you're disrespected. Like the amount of respect that you uphold with people and make sure that they keep with you. You get what I'm saying? When you have an environment like that, this is what happens. And what happens is young black boys decide, okay, so my value is in the negativity that I bring to the environment, right? My value is where I'm from, and my value, which is, your gang and neighborhood, whatever, right? And what ends up happening is you completely changed it from I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna be a good guy, I'm gonna do good in school, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a business owner, whatever, you know what I'm saying, a teacher, whatever. And it goes from that to, I just want to survive. And what ends up happening in these neighborhoods are the women that you like, you get what I'm saying, the women that you like, they like the gangsters, right? They like, the street dudes. That's who they like. That's who they, date. That's who they want to be on their arm. You just a square because you haven't made that choice yet. And you'll be reminded every day. Somebody's gonna remind you every day. And what ends up happening is, and this is a story of how this happens outside of, man, I came up, my daddy wasn't there, I was mad at him, and I was only, you get what I'm saying? I felt only accepted, and this is a story that happens aside from that, right? So then you go, okay, well, the women like this, these people only respect this, and somebody tried to play with me a little earlier like I was some type of sucker, you know what I'm saying? So now you got to protect yourself, and now you got to get jiggy, get what I'm saying? Like, you got to fight, you got to squabble. And when you start to fight and you start to politic with the people in your neighborhood, what ends up happening is you desensitize yourself to small things. Starts off with, fighting, playing basketball, shooting dice. Starts off with that. Then you drinking beer, right? You're 14, 15 drinking beer, you're smoking Black and Milds and little whatever. Then you might start hitting windows and going into houses. Then your friend pulls up to you one day in a 96 Buick LeSabre with the either he got the keys that he took from the lady and got out of her purse, or he done smashed the column in and stuck a flathead in there and turned the ignition. And he's driving around with that all day. You get what I'm saying? And he pulls up to you, and now you see that that's a new thing. Now he just upped the score. Now you got to go do something else. Another example. Another example, right? That's how easy it is. Another example. You walk into school. You just walking, whatever, and some dudes drive past you yelling stuff out the window. They go down, they make a right. They come back out. They're coming back out to make a U-turn. You've already been schooled on what that means. They're getting ready to hop out on you. So in certain environments, we learn to walk against traffic, not walk with traffic. We learn, you know what I'm saying? Because people will hop out on you or rob you or hop out and jump you. You get what I'm saying? Whatever. They could be aiming to shoot you. You never know. But they hop out and they do what they do. So you walk against traffic. Traffic's coming this way down the road towards me. I'm walking towards the traffic. Going the opposite direction of traffic. And you learn that so that, if you walking in a car and a car comes going towards you and they come out and they look and they go, and they give you this look, you can see the look on their face. You know who's in the car. You know how the car looks. So now what they have to do is either go around the block or go bust a Yui. But if they bust a Yui, they're going to be across the street. So you got enough time to get up out of there, So again, that's just, that's my little 2 cents on that little piece there. It's very easy. We used to play a game where, if a dude, if somebody say something to you that could be disrespectful, or you could take it a certain way, but it's not quite a problem to that person. We said, you ain't gonna do nothing? You gonna let them? Like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? And if you were a member of a organization, of a street organization, a member of your neighborhood, one of the main things that we would do is we would say, oh, you're not from there if you don't do this. You can't be from there if you don't do this. You get what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of that. A lot of testing people. A lot of making you feel like you had to do something negative. A lot of that. You know what I mean? It's so easy to get caught. You might have a friend, right? And your friend, prime example. I had a buddy, he was doing his thing, making his money and, and all that. And, he had to go in there. He had to go up in somebody's house and go holler at him about some money that they owed him. So he didn't know what they had on him. He just had to make sure that, that they respected they respected his program. So he handed me a wad of cash. I had never seen that much money in my life. I don't think I've still seen that much money inside of somebody's hands, And we were about 15, 16 years old, So he handed me that cash. Now, in that cash wrapped up in the rubber band was probably some other stuff in there that I didn't have nothing, wasn't none of my business. Get what I'm saying? But what happens if something went bad in there, right? and the police swooped up, I would have had to toss that. I'd have had to toss that bundle. And if I would have tossed that bundle, he was going to be looking for that bundle. I was going to be on the hook for that money. And if I didn't toss it and I got caught with it, I was going to get caught with whatever that was with the intention to sell, for sure. So you get what I'm saying? Like, little things. Little things. You get into an argument with the girl, right? You know, y'all arguing. She says something crazy to you. You say something crazy back. You don't put your hands on her or nothing. She goes back to her older brother. He hit me, or he said this to me. Older brother come through. Now you guys got to get jiggy, right? You do a thing. What if he comes back and he's not trying to just fight? What if he come back with you know what I mean? With Billy Western. What happens when that happens? What happens when, you know, you walking down the street and you're in a certain neighborhood where, you know, some people around the city don't like you. And they catch you coming out of a liquor store and they get active, right? Well, it's so easy to lose yourself in that. Some people some people literally, your neighborhood is, if you live there or your grandma lives there, auntie lives there, that's your neighborhood. And another person doesn't like you because of your proximity to that neighborhood. And that's on you. You could be a school kid, you could be in after school programs and all of whatever, you know what I'm saying? But because you live there or you have a proximity to there, that's the issue. You know, we like I said, we focus so much on just the no daddy piece. The no father piece is a big deal. It's a big deal. But there's so many other nuances to that. If you just didn't have a father and your neighborhood was good, there's a much better chance of you not coming out with all the extras. Like with the you know what I'm saying? Like with the extra hypiness. A lot of times it is your environment. It's the people in your environment, right? If you a good sign, right? If if there is a hand sign for your city or your neighborhood, you should probably move out of it. If you don't drive to another part of your city to go get, you know what I'm saying, if you're trying to get, you know, twisted and you want to go pick up some 420, if you want to go do that and you just need to go around the corner or across the street or to the first floor, that's another sign, right? It can go 50-50. But hear me out. This is all adding up. If you could tell, if somebody say stay in the house tonight, if the graffiti on the wall in your neighborhood is representing your neighborhood, if your neighborhood is on a song, if they got t-shirts with your neighborhood on them, obviously if you got active gangs in your neighborhood, if you got if your neighborhood is on gang file, if there's so many, and this is all about gangs, I'm not finna tell you that it's the hood. I'm not gonna come down a list to tell you like this is how you know it's the hood and nothing like that. But these are all signs that the neighborhood has gangs in it, right? It has extracurricular. All hoods don't have gangs in them, and all ghettos aren't hoods. Sometimes you go to a place and it's the slums for sure, but there's nothing going on over there. You know what I mean? Because the environment is not toxic. Sometimes you go to a place, you be like, oh, this look good. Like, for example, when people from out of California come to California and go to LA, or they go to Compton, right? When they hit Compton, they're like, bro, this look nice. Oh, did they? Oh, somebody just got shot. You feel me? It's like, it's that's all based off of what you've seen. What you think it looks really bad, it looks like the slums, is up to you. It's all based off of what you've seen before. But when you start talking about the negativity in the neighborhood, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. What you're gonna find in active gang neighborhoods is graffiti, is members, and a way to make money. because they need to let you know who's here. They need to be outside and active to protect the neighborhood, and they need a way to make some money. So you're going to see all of that. You're going to see it. And certain neighborhoods do it different, right? You might have a lot of people that backyard gangsters and that they congregate in one particular part on one corner, and you don't see them throughout the rest of the neighborhood, right? You might get a lot of that. But when school is out, you're going to see everybody out for sure. It's really easy. It's really easy to I'm not the leading expert in this by far at all. All I'm telling you is it is very easy to get caught up. The women that you like those like they like the street dudes. The majority of the men that you're around that look like you are either street dudes or aspire to be. The primary way to make money out there is to do something street oriented. When you play basketball or play football, those dudes are street dudes that play all that. Your respect, your ability to walk past a crowd of brothers or crowd of sisters and not have an issue is based off of the negativity you put out into the neighborhood, or that you put out, the amount of respect you maintain. And you maintain respect you don't do that by shaking anybody's hands. You do that by, standing on business. You will be tried. They will try you. And when you get tried, it either might be a scenario where you end up going to jail for it or you don't. But you will be tried. I knew people growing up that would make up something to try to fight you because they needed to see, because they haven't seen you do anything. They need to know you do. So they put you in a scenario where you have to. They say something about you. They try to push your buttons and get you, into a scenario where you get active for sure. So again, I'm just saying that to let you know, all this is to let you know there are thousands of ways to fall into the streets, to slip into to slip into the belly of the beast. It's easy. You smoke, you 420 it up, you blowing tree, and you got an excess amount of it on you. Boom. Not a police tripping on you. You get what I'm saying? And the legalities of it, I'm not sure what it is, right? I'm not a 420 guy, but again, you got that going on. A simple street fight. There you go. You walking around with a gun because you feel like you need one, not because you need one to use it on somebody else, but you have it on you for protection. Police don't care nothing about that. You get caught with Billie Jean, you're going to jail for doing Billie Jean time. And when you get out, you won't be able to do the normal things that you want to do. It's easy. So now you feel like you need to be, you get hardened up in there too. You get what I'm saying? It's really easy to get caught in that, but it's really hard to get out of it. It's easy, man. But y'all comment if y'all got any other opinions about it or any other examples.